Hi, and welcome to our panel discussion about the future of operations for communication service providers. We know that big bang transformations don't really work. We've had decades of, failure in that opportunity. TL, how do you think operators can evolve towards this and get wins that allow them to move forward rather than everything needs to change in one go? What do you see as the key steps?
That's a very important question, and I think and that question pertains to irrespective of the 5G opportunity, right? I think we sometimes have also maybe an incorrect position of thinking of ourselves that we might actually be a lot more advanced than we actually are in terms of the evolution of the operations layer. So at least what we are trying to do is work with customers to actually, in a very structured form, build a services framework, a digital service framework on which they can map themselves. Mm-hmm. Right? We're working with customers on even problems where they start with just consolidating multiple technology and multiple systems into something that they can abstract. Yeah. Right? How do you move on from that problem, deliver value, move on to the problem where you want to deliver complex services on that abstracted layer? From there, you move on to how do you want to incorporate new virtual endpoints and look at hybrid services. And then you move on to the concept of end-to-end orchestration. So we want to first help customers and make sure that we can be transparent and even they can be very clear on where they fit in the map and where they fit in the framework so that we can help in a step-by-step manner to get them to this end-to-end automation space. But again, it's not a big bang. It's not a one-step approach.
And then, Andy, particularly in your area, how do you see building that evolution in trust and the steps to CSPs adopting more automation and ultimately more use of AI and machine learning, for example? What do you see?
I think there's a parallel probably to what TL's just said, in the sense that, trying to do a big bang and suddenly apply automation across all of your business processes and taking AI and leveraging that across all of your business, it probably isn't going to work. I mean, that's a very high risk strategy. People, we're humans. Typically, we don't like change. So I think there's some steps that you can take to make this more successful. Start small is an obvious example. Find the easy wins where you can apply automation or artificial intelligence, and then treat it as a learning exercise as well. So it's very much as well about making sure that somebody feels in control of the process. So it's very important. Sometimes you have to make a trade-off and actually sacrifice perhaps some efficiency or some effectiveness to give better visibility about what the machine learning is actually doing. And with things like automation, having a stop point so somebody can actually stop the process if they're not comfortable about what it's doing, and trusting the experience of an engineer that's probably been doing the job for 10 or 20 years. So it really is about the correlation of man and machine. And from our perspective, we call that augmented intelligence.
Clearly, the outcome is to automate everything. I just want to automate everything, right? I mean, it's simple, right? Just wave a magic wand and off you go, right? I get it. But I think what we're saying, though, is that for the last 30, 40 years, the patterns of automation we understood. Right? And I think with the 5G era, I think we're moving into patterns of automation that we don't know, right? And so although the outcome may be there to automate everything, in fact, you need tools to help you figure out what to automate, as well as the tools then to automate. Yeah. So you not only do you need a tool to be able to find the patterns, you need to be able to deliver those patterns quickly, and maybe you need to then be able to harvest the ones that make sense.
You were talking earlier about personalizing the experience and the fact that in many cases operators haven't got that right, and actually then automation and AI is the solution not just to efficiency but also to ultimately delivering those personalized experiences. So it's interesting. Yeah.
To explore the operations discussion in more detail, take a look at our expert interviews. Thanks for watching. Don't miss our next episode in the series.